when I started, I remember they had this marketing piece from the Washington Mutual group of mutual funds or whatever. And it was like, in no 5-year period has the market ever lost money. And then at some point in the mid 2000s, there was either a lost decade in the 90s or the 2000s where they had to change that to like, well, there's never been a 10-year period where the stock market has lost money. And just recently, I saw some advertisement from some insurance company where it was like, in no 15-year period has the stock market ever lost money. And so I'm really of two minds. As you know, I'm neurotic. We've talked about this on personal level, family level, business level, investment level, because I kind of take in so many inputs. And this is a totally unfair question because there's one Warren Buffett, right? There's one guy as smart and as positioned as Warren Buffett. So I like literally 50% of my body believes Adam Stock, my buddy AJ, Mark Antonio, who does like our life insurance and stuff, it's just like time in the market, habits, put money in, don't look at it, just time in the market, it'll all take care of itself. And then the other half of my body is like, yeah, but the really good investors, there is a little bit more of timing to the market and the whole Warren Buffett thing of rule 1, don't lose money, rule 2, watch rule number 1. And so, you know, you and I talked about this the other day, when we start seeing people like Elon Musk making excuses to sell stock and Warren Buffett taking unprecedented chips off the table for Berkshire Hathaway and, you know, the Federal Reserve coming out with some new law that allows all their people to subtly, or all the directors at least, to sell their stock portfolios now that they've 10x their money in the last 10 years doing insider trading. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If all the smart people are getting out of the market, why am I going into the market? So can you address the people like me that are neurotic and they're of two minds where it's like, yep, I want to be the slow and steady time in the market, just add to it every month, versus like, the people that are actually in the know seem to be timing the market or have some type of cue that I'm not looking at. So fix my neuroticism in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I hear your concern there, and I can relate to what you're describing. And I think that it's important to understand what the people who are selling their stock are doing with it. So, you know, is Elon Musk selling Tesla stock and just sitting on cash? Or is Elon Musk selling Tesla stock and buying other stock? Is Warren Buffett sitting on cash? No, he's not sitting on cash. He might have sold stuff, but he's buying other stuff.
Right.
He's selling stuff that he doesn't think is fairly valued, and he's buying deep value companies because that's his hallmark, right? And incidentally, his portfolio last time I checked was over 50% Apple stock.
Yeah.
So this is not the old Berkshire Hathaway, that you used to know. He's owns a huge position in Apple stock. So anyhow, that's just providing a little bit of context to that. And I think that if people are selling to raise money for cash so that they can buy a house or pay for their kids' college, well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to sell. I have not seen successful people who get in and out, right? My neighbor's a trader. He does that fine. But like being a trader and being a long-term investor, they're totally different. And I think that that's one of the things that confuses investors, because as financial planners, we want our clients focused on their financial plan. We want them focused on the long term. But every day you can turn on CNBC and Squawk Box and any of those things. And what's their job? What's the role of CNBC and what's the role of Maria Bartiromo?
To sell ads.
Yeah, that's it. To get viewers. So how are you going to get viewers if you're Kramer, right? How are you going to get viewers? Are you going to say, you know what, the market was flat today?
Yeah.
What are you going to do the next day? Oh, it's kind of boring. No, you're not going to say that. You're going to use extreme language.
Yeah.
The stock soared. Stocks crashed.
Yeah.
Right. All of this extreme language, it just creates a lot of noise and a lot of anxiety that's really unnecessary. So I encourage clients to think about the visual of a child doing a yo-yo, walking up a hill. right? So if you look at the yo-yo, that's the day to day, and you're going to see your stock portfolio go up and down and up and down. And that's why I tell people not to look at it every day, because unless you're planning to sell it, why bother looking at it every day,
Right.
right? The long term is the mountain. So I think what's most important is that you have your time frame right, you have your philosophy right, and then you just add and add and add and add. Create the gap between how much you earn and how much you spend, and then create that gap bigger and bigger and invest that difference. And I'm not saying that it doesn't matter where you invest the money. I mean, certainly there are higher return investments and lower return investments. And so, like, that does matter. But what matters more almost all the time, not all the time, but almost all the time, what matters more is the capital that you're putting in to your investment portfolio.